Welcome to The Common Wise, your destination for answers and facts that'll leave you saying, "Wow, I never knew that." Given the current state of tension, we are eager to delve into the root issues between Israel and Palestine, seeking to gain an understanding and summarize the key factors at play. The Israel-Palestine conflict has a long history, dating back to the early 20th century. It is a complex and volatile issue that involves two conflicting narratives, competing claims to land, and deep-rooted religious, cultural and historical ties. The origins of this conflict can be traced back to the late 19th century when Jews began immigrating to Palestine, then part of the Ottoman Empire. At that time, Palestine was inhabited primarily by Arabs and a small Jewish community. The Zionism movement emerged during this period, advocating for the establishment of a Jewish state in Palestine. Under British rule after World War I, tensions between Jews and Arabs increased as both groups sought self-determination in the region. The Balfour Declaration of 1917, which expressed British support for the establishment of a Jewish national home in Palestine, further fueled these tensions. Following World War II and the Holocaust, there was an influx of Jewish refugees into Palestine. In 1948, the United Nations proposed a partition plan to divide Palestine into two states, one for Jews and one for Arabs. The Arab leaders rejected this plan, and the following year, Israel declared its independence. This declaration was met with immediate opposition from neighboring Arab countries, resulting in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. This war ended with Israel gaining more land than what was originally proposed by the UN partition plan. In 1967, tensions between Israel and its Arab neighbors reached a boiling point, leading to the Six-Day War. Israel emerged victorious and gained control of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, Golan Heights, and East Jerusalem. In the late 1980s, the First Intifada, Palestinian uprising, erupted as a result of growing frustration among Palestinians living under Israeli occupation. The Oslo Accords of 1993 aimed to establish peace between Israel and Palestine by creating a framework for future negotiations. However, these efforts ultimately failed to bring about a lasting solution. The Second Intifada broke out in 2000, fueled by the failure of the Oslo Accords and continued Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories. This period witnessed increased violence, with Israel launching military operations against Palestinian militant groups like Hamas. Hamas, an Islamic political and militant group, rose to prominence in the late 1980s as a result of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Their charter calls for the destruction of Israel and has led to numerous wars between Hamas and Israel. Today, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains ongoing, with both sides holding firm to their beliefs and demands. The root causes of this conflict are complex and multifaceted, including issues of land, religion, and identity. It is a deeply entrenched conflict that has caused immeasurable suffering for both Israelis and Palestinians. Efforts towards finding a peaceful resolution continue, but the path to lasting peace remains uncertain. As we continue to learn about the history of this conflict, it is important to approach it with an open mind and empathy for all those affected by it. Only through understanding and compromise can a lasting solution be reached for the people of Israel and Palestine. Despite the ongoing conflict, there have been moments of hope and progress towards peace in recent years. In 2005, Israel unilaterally withdrew its troops from the Gaza Strip after decades of occupation, giving Palestinians more autonomy over their territory. However, this was met with continued rocket attacks from Hamas, leading to further violence and conflict. In 2020, the United Arab Emirates became the third Arab country to establish diplomatic relations with Israel, following in the footsteps of Egypt and Jordan. This historic agreement, known as the Abraham Accords, signifies a potential shift in relations between Israel and its neighboring countries. The road to peace in the Middle East is a long and complicated one, but it is essential for both sides to continue working towards a resolution. Only through mutual understanding and compromise can there be lasting peace and security for all those involved. Let us hope that future generations will see an end to this conflict and the beginning of a new chapter of cooperation and coexistence in the region. Ultimately, we must remember that both Israelis and Palestinians are human beings with hopes, dreams, and aspirations for a better future. It is time for us to come together and support efforts towards peace in the Middle East. So, let us continue to educate ourselves on the history of this conflict and strive towards a future where all can live in peace. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.